The NFL draft is finally concluded and the undrafted free agent time has started. I might do a video on the guys they just signed, but we'll see. But in this video, we're going to be grading every Jets draft pick and then finally giving them a draft grade as a whole. So let's get right into it. So the first pick the Jets made was selecting Armand Smith, right tackle from Missouri. I'm going to give this an A. This is who I wanted them to get at 7, and I'm definitely happy they made this pick. They made the right choice. They got the missing piece on their O-line, solved their right tackle issue, and got a good player. This was the smart and right pick as they solidified their O-line and could possibly have this O-line for years to come. People are going to want Warren here, but you don't win games with a tight end at 7. You win games in the trenches. You just signed Justin Fields to be that bridge QB, but can be that possible guy in the future. Give him the O-line he needs and make this the best scenario for him. M'Boue is a great pass protector and to be the finishing touch or O-line, so I'm giving the M'Boue pick an A. Next pick the Jets made was Mason Taylor. I'm also going to give him this an A. I really like this pick and wanted him as well. I actually didn't think he was going to be available here, but considering he was, I really liked it. The Jets desperately needed a tight end, and landing your future right tackle in Armand M'Boue in round 1, and landing your future tight end in Taylor is definitely something good. We saw the drop-off from the O-line from mid-round 1 to pick 42. Not many options left for them. They made the right pick at 7. Landing a guy like Mason Taylor, who in my opinion is the third best tight end, is definitely a W. Better value than Warren round 1. He's a good route runner, he's got good hands, good size, consistent production, athletic, a real solid NFL prospect who is projected to go late round 1, early round 2. High floor for a massive need. Get your weapon for Fields and your tight end of the future, and that's why I'm also giving this grade an A. Next pick was Azareye'h Thomas, corner from Florida State. I'm going to be giving this an A, but could be an A+. Landing a guy like Thomas here at pick 73 was an absolute steal. A man projected to go late round 1 to early round 2 fell to our laps at 73. He's got great size, he's lengthy, and one of the best man coverage corners in the draft. You know what we're going to be doing on D? A ton of man coverage. This is where he thrives. Press man coverage is where he shines. A lot of you hated this pick and wanted a guy like Jalen Noel or Jalen Royals here. Consider we also signed Stevens in free agency, but would you rather have Thomas or Stevens there at CB2? Hate to tell you, but corner is a bigger need than you all think. A lot of you hated that signing now, but are mad we drafted a good corner who was projected to go late round 1, who probably will be CB2 because we signed Stevens. Doesn't make sense. He's definitely an upgrade over Stevens, who'd probably play safety instead. Overall, a good draft pick, and out of the first 3 selections, this is my favorite, and I'm going to be giving Azareye'h Thomas an A as well. Alright, so we got Arian Smith, wide receiver from Georgia next. I'm going to be giving this pick a C. I did see the Jets taking Smith, but not this early. I don't necessarily hate the pick, but I don't love it. Just a high-risk, high-reward type of guy. When you think of Smith, you think of speed. One of the fastest wide receivers in the draft. Absolute deep threat, which is what we need. Great downfield threat if Fields wants to take a shot. There is a concern, though, and that is drops. He does need to work on his hands. I don't think it'll be as much of an issue as you all think it is, though, because at best he probably will be wide receiver 4, wide receiver 5, but as the season moves along, he can move up the depth chart to maybe be wide receiver 3. I think the problem with Smith was his rookie year. He was like the wide receiver 3 and had less pressure on him, and last year turned into the wide receiver 1, which made him have more pressure on him, led to more drops possibly, but I think him being the wide receiver 4 or 5 is better for him, and I won't necessarily hate the pick. Not bad, but not my favorite pick, and that's why I'm going C. Next on this list is Malachi Moore. I'm going to be giving this an A. A versatile safety who I guess in a way is similar to Brian Branch. He's played both strong and free safety. This is probably my favorite day 3 pick. When you see our safety room, there's definitely a hole, and some questions about it. Who's starting next to Andre Cisco? Will Stevens play safety after the Jets drafted Azareye'h Thomas? Safety is a big need on the team, and they drafted one of my favorite players at this position. Malachi Moore has got great defensive skills, high IQ, which is something I love about him, not afraid of contact, a hard-hitting menace who always plays like a demon, good run tackler. This is probably my favorite day 3 pick, and is why I'm giving it an A. Next on this list is Francisco Mauigoa from Miami. I'm going to be giving this grade a B+. A high motor guy who's relentless. A guy who will never give up on a play and will always try to get a stop. A guy who has a ton of energy and plays like that weekly. A guy who really loves playing football and have to do a little more research on him, but a hardworking player. He loves playing football weekly and it shows that. And that is why I'm going to be giving this pick a B+. Lastly is Tyler Barron, Edge Miami. I'm going to be giving this pick a B+. I love this pick. I can't believe he fell this far. I thought he was going to go early round 4. A versatile guy who you can line up anywhere on the D-line. He can play edge, tackle, he can rush the QB, set the edge, run stop, you name it. This is probably their best pick in my opinion, just because of the value here. This guy could be that next JFM type player. Just on how versatile he is, he can play anywhere on the line, and this is why I'm going a B+. Overall, I'm going to give this draft a B. They addressed tons of needs, got depth at key positions, got their future right tackle, tight end, CB2, addressed speed at wide receiver with Smith. Overall, a solid draft with players who always play like they love the game and who play like this weekly. An intriguing draft that isn't as bad as you all think. I'm going to be giving this a B, but let me know what you think of this draft, and go Jets.